Yo, 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 this is King Midas, and you're listening to the Golden Debate Show. It's King Midas certified.
EarlyMorningMom.com. Like, comment, share, and download. Let's do it in the word of the show. Where we come for the truth, not the vampires, and we come on these big media motherfuckers that don't share and tell.
Illuminate the light.
Golden.
GoldenShow.
Dirty,
The Golden Debate Show. Golden Debate Show. Wow. Golden Debate Show. We're gonna talk about this.
Extra culture. Let's get in with a man. 2 minutes from here to
Golden Debate Show. Wow. Golden Debate Show.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of News in 2 Minutes, bringing you the news that you need to know every day. Let's begin. Japanese media organizations are beginning to understand and disclose the long-term dangers associated with the disaster at the Fukushima nuclear site, with varying outlets discussing the potentially catastrophic effects of long-term radiation exposure that is brought about by the ingestion of radioactive material not just within a year's period but over the next 15 to 20 years. Researchers warn that there are no viable solutions to the continuation of radioactive water being dumped into the ocean or leaking into the sea through contaminated soil, and that the exponential effect of the leaks may have disastrous effects on local and global marine life. Analysts report that a government panel has addressed a portion of the long-term outlook for containment at the plant, and that the panel warned that even with the countermeasures that are currently being put into place to slow the contamination, the agency will not be able to fully address the risks of the water leaks by the end of the year 2020. As citizens in China worriedly await new cases of the H7N9 avian flu, the Chinese Center for Health Protection is warning all residents and visitors that have traveled throughout the affected areas to wear facial masks and seek immediate medical attention if suffering from flu-like symptoms. The warning comes as border control checkpoints are being put into place to scan all residents and travelers for signs of fever and fatigue, where officials will isolate and transfer any suspected cases to the quarantine sectors of nearby hospitals. Reports show that nations around the world are experiencing a sharp increase in food prices, with many countries showing a surge in inflation due to the higher costs of both food and living expenses. Analysts are warning that the cost of food may continue to outpace the average salary until at least 2018, and that fresh produce and meat may become luxury items for most of the developed world in the not-too-distant future. Research on the subject shows a parallel between high food prices and weakening economies with widespread discontent, as economists echo the expectations of experts that we may see an increase in social unrest as prices continue to climb. And to wrap things up, scientists warn that Asian sewage treatment plants are producing superbugs thought to be a...
So, we talk about drones a lot. We know drones are heavy in Yemen. But this time they hit...
The death toll now appears to be 15, with 5 more injured from a U.S. drone strike in Yemen that missed its target this week and struck what witnesses described as a wedding party. It was the 24th reported drone strike in Yemen so far this year.
It's been a little while since we talked about the American drone program, and the Associated Press reported that missiles fired by a U.S. drone slammed into a convoy of vehicles that was actually traveling to a wedding party in central Yemen, killing at least 13 people, according to Yemeni security officials. The officials said that the attack took place in the city of Rada, the capital of Baida province, and left charred bodies and burnt-out cars on the road. Now, the city is considered a stronghold of Al-Qaeda militants. There's no real question about that.
Other guys, they look like,
but
I don't know.
the question here is whether any militants were actually killed or whether it was all civilians who were not involved in any kind of militant action. No immediate details about who was killed in the strike. Conflicting reports about whether there were any militants at all traveling with the wedding convoy. A military official said initial information indicates that the drone mistook the wedding party for an Al-Qaeda convoy. He said tribesmen known to the villagers were among the dead. One of the 3 security officials, however, said that Al-Qaeda militants were suspected to have...
Get that mac and cheese. Everybody deserves their mac and cheese.
Listen to this little clip from The Dark Knight, everybody. This is Two-Face.
Then why was it me?
Get that mac and cheese. Everybody deserves their mac and cheese.
Gustavus. He wanted to prove that even someone as good as you could fall. And he was right. You're the one pointing the gun, Harvey. So point it at the people responsible. Fair enough.
It's a little low, but I think it'll be louder once it records, so we'll check it back out on the podcast. But pretty much it's Two-Face and it's Batman.
Show.
And he's pretty much Two-Face is saying, you know, I'm bad, you know, and Batman's like, nah, man, Joker picked you because you were the best. He was good. He was one time one of the better politicians in the story, if you watched. It's all fucking movie story. He was good. Yeah, he was actually trying to, like, better mankind, whatever. He wasn't a crooked. So he got corrupted. I'm just getting at it. Even the best of them, even if they got good intentions, somewhere along the line they've been corrupted.
I'm just trying to wake you up, everybody. I'm trying to wake you up. I'm just trying to wake you up, everybody. I'm trying to wake you up.
Positive energy is infinite, baby. Let's get it in.
I'm just trying to wake you up.
Number 25, the skinny tie width indicator. Apparently, men buy more ties during harder times to appear as though they're working. Tie width used to be a factor due to austerity measures during past wars, but these days economists mainly just look at the number of ties being bought. Number 24, Japanese haircut indicator. This theory states that during poor economic times, women are more likely to take less trips to the hairdresser and cut off more hair when they do. Number 23, Buttered Popcorn Index. According to those checking this index, people escape the feelings of bad times by flocking to cinemas to see movies regardless of how bad they are. Number 22, the Happy Meal Indicator. The idea behind this one is that in an effort to protect profits, restaurants diminish their free offerings to kids. Number 21, the Alligator Population Index. With fewer people spending on discretionary items, sales of high-end bags made of alligator skin tend to fall. As a result, alligator farms usually suffer. Number 20, aspirin and Tylenol usage. This one at least makes some sense. As the economy gets worse, more people feel stress and tend to use headache medicines like aspirin and Tylenol. Number 19, Marine Advertisement Intensity Index. The theory states that during rough times, more people try to enlist in the Marines. If too many people sign up, though, they toughen up their advertising to weed out the weaklings. Number 18, the Lipstick Index. First noticed by Leonard Lauder, this index claims that rather than super expensive indulgences, women tend to turn to lipstick during recessions. Number 17, the Unclaimed Corpse Indicator. This one is pretty straightforward. High funeral costs lead to less families claiming their dead and more bodies for the state to bury. Number 16, the Mosquito Bite Indicator. This one is interesting, but apparently as more homes are less taken care of, high grass and overgrown swimming pools begin to breed mosquitoes. Number 15, the First Date Indicator. The idea is that people tend to seek others out during the loneliness of a recession. Apparently, sites like Match.com have actually verified these numbers. Number 14, the Plastic Surgery Indicator. It almost goes without saying, but during recessions, plastic surgery revenues tend to plummet.
Get that mac and cheese.
Number 13,
everybody
the Baked
deserves their
Bean
mac
Sales
and cheese.
Indicator. The concept behind this index is that consumers will move to canned goods during hard times to save on food. Number 12, the Big Mac Index.
Get that mac and
this
cheese.
index is actually quite famous. Annually, The Economist publishes the price of Big Macs in countries
Get that
across
mac
the
and
globe
cheese.
to compare exchange rates and purchasing power. Number 11, Bike Fatality Rates. This is one of the more depressing indicators on our list. During recessions, bike fatality rates tend to spike. This is most likely because people want to save on gas and use their cars less. Number 10, Car Salesman Closing Time Indicator. Although this one has no hard data except for the size of the car discounts themselves, the theory states that the quicker salesmen are to discount their cars, the deeper the recession. Number 9, the Coupon Redemption Index. It almost goes without saying, but as people try to save money, they tend to use more coupons. Number 8, the Baby Diaper Rash Indicator. As the economy worsens, this indicator supposes that parents will change the children's diapers fewer times to save on money. Simultaneously, however, sales of diaper rash cream tend to go up. Number 7. The skyscraper boom indicator. The concept here is that building booms precede depressions, especially when the world is building a new tallest building.
Get that mac and cheese.
In fact, during the Great Depression, 3 of the world's tallest buildings were under construction. Number 6. Speed contractors return phone calls. Although this is another index that's hard to measure, it makes sense that if contractors are no longer as busy with clients, they will tend to get back to you more quickly. Number 5. The cardboard box indicator. This is a relatively clear indicator as most of the world's non-durable goods are shipped in cardboard boxes. If the economy is down, then cardboard box sales will probably be down as well. Number 4. The men's underwear index. Although this one sounds a bit silly, there's research to back it up. The idea is that in order to save money during a recession, men tend not to buy very much new underwear. And according to research firm Mintel, the data supports the hypothesis. Number 3, the new headquarters indicator. Although there are numerous examples both for and against this one, some people still believe that whenever a company announces that it will be
jeopardy every time they go up on stage to perform for us. That's something that Kanye West seriously believes he does on a regular basis. So recently he had an interview and he spoke about how he feels very, very at risk when he's up on stage. Let me give you his words. He says, "I'm just giving of my body on stage and putting my life at risk, literally, and I think about it. I think about my family and I'm like, wow, this is like being a police officer or something, in war or something."
Yeah, he sounds really eloquent. Okay, where do you begin?
That is an incredibly ignorant thing to say, especially when you consider the number of people that have lost their lives in the line of duty or lost their lives abroad while they're fighting for so-called democracy. You know, it's just such an unbelievably self-absorbed and ignorant thing to say, and he's losing it, man. He's given a number of interviews where he has said things that are very embarrassing.
Now, to be fair to Kanye, he did say war or something.
War or something, that's true.
Yeah, like it's like, you know, when I'm on stage, I feel like I'm giving my whole body. What are you giving? Look, you're performing, and maybe that takes a lot out of you. Maybe you do it from the depths of your soul. God bless you. Okay, I hear you on them. But you're not in mortal danger. The only thing you're in danger of is making too much money. Okay, so you gotta. How stupid are you? You don't recognize that at the very least it would be offensive to say that you feel like your life is endangered as police officers, or if you've gone to war or something.
So we're not the only ones that feel this way, Cenk. There's a police officer by the name of David Oliver. He's actually police chief in a small town in Ohio. He's actually made headlines before because he's a really colorful guy. He created a Facebook page for his town, and it's very popular because he's very sarcastic. He's a humorous guy. He's done something really sweet in the past. He had this day where he had police officers follow a quota, and the quota was to give out 1 ticket a day to kids. But the ticket was to kids that were wearing helmets, and the ticket was actually a free ticket for ice cream. Right? Oh. So we always say like mean things about cops when they're using excessive force, but this is a case of a really good cop. He wanted to respond to Kanye West, and he said something that I thought was funny. It was an open letter to Kanye. He said, "I want to thank you for putting your life on the line for all of us every day. I know that being a rapper is tough work. I have tried to rap, and it is very difficult to keep up with the pulse of the rhyme flow. Although when Ice Ice Baby comes on the radio, I can usually keep up with Old Vanilla." Okay, he continues.
Who doesn't love this guy?
I love him. Anywho, your job is just some very dangerous
funny clip that I
work.
found is I
Most
played
people
these
don't
little
consider
animated
if you
clips from the
rap
internet,
really fast without a chance to inhale, you could
some of them are funny, but they're made up scripts. This one's supposed to be George Bush confronting Obama about Obama always blaming him for everything.
George, what's up?
Obama, what the hell are you doing?
Georgie boy, what do you mean?
Why are you blaming me for everything?
Yeah, sorry about that. I have no idea what the hell I am doing, so the only thing I can do is blame it on you. I am just a community organizer, you know.
You little weasel. I don't mind a couple of things, but come on, man. You are going a little too far.
It's just that this president thing is not that easy. I am clueless, and all the people I hired are as clueless as I am about this president gig.
Do you realize in the last month you blamed me for the recession, Martha Coakley, BP, partisanship, unemployment, Scott Brown, Fox News, conservative radio, your goddamn over-the-top spending, torture, terrorism, the deficit, your smoking habit, and the stitches in your lip.
I know, but it seems to take the pressure off me. I just had the fight with Michelle, and I'm going to say it was your fault, too.
Barack, stop blaming me for everything.
He does blame Bush
you are
a lot,
the president.
Bush was
Take
one of the
responsibility for your own mess.
Georgie boy, no hard feelings. Let's go have a beer and talk about it.
Let's get into it.
Okay, but please don't blame me for getting drunk.
Oh gosh, George, that's what I was going to tell Michelle. It's George's fault.
This is Conspiracy Theory by Verbal, and the next one's Nat King Cole. I'm Catapult, and then we get into
I don't need no second opinion to tell me I'm ill. For me not to lose my see, it's because of you, the politicians, lawyers, and scientists. Forcing the procreation of Darwinism and Zionists. Just the lion is scared of a tiny mouse. The powers that be are terrified about science.
I'm just trying to wake you up, everybody. I'm trying to wake you up.
Before you're able to walk, which symbolizes confinement. You should just stay where you are. Encourage you not to change. You find just the way you are. And politicians that say their agenda's the same as yours, but still to this day deny the existence of Agent Orange. And Area 51, metallic weather balloons, 1,000 years in advance to what any weatherman used. They get everything they want. They wanted Kennedy's soul. They hired the lone gunman.
Get that mac and cheese. Everybody deserves their mac and cheese.
But you should probably know this line is already tapped. Conspiracy theory.
Transmission terminated. Subject leaking coveted intelligence information. Immediate recourse is highly recommended. Our nation's integrity is clearly in jeopardy. Red team assembling, seeking approval for Operation Silencer. Servers converting uplinks. Connecting in 3, 2, 1.
He wanted to give me a vaccination. Nation for polio, just like the rest of its patients. I know the truth, I witnessed it happen on separate occasions. So they created AIDS, a way to control the overpopulation. It started on test subjects, a group of unruly militants secretly implanting tracking devices in their filament. That was just the beginning, an early means of surveillance. And now they see every move of the culprit and his assailants. And secret branches of government over conscious suspicions with weapons and beta testing, responding to all resistance and swiftly applying justice and making sure that it's upheld. Hierarchy empires, higher up than Mr. Rumsfeld. Illicit contributions from invisible IO wars are funding.
Now there's one of those catacombs. There's other guys that they look like, I don't know. This don't make no sense, everybody.
Stepping foot on the moon, and Hollywood is a puppet and easily be coerced. A series of Armageddon interpretations emerge, preparing you for the worst. Now I can tell you the stats, but you should probably know this line is already tapped. Conspiracy theory. Transmission terminated. Operation Silencer has been initiated.
There's other guys that they look like, I don't know. This don't make no sense, everybody.
Unforgettable, though near or far. Like a song
Nat King Cole and his daughter.
That clings to
She
me.
did the remix.
How the thought of you.
I'm just trying to wake you up, everybody. I'm trying to wake you up.
Never before has someone been more
unforgettable. I remember this kind of movie from Remember the Watchmen. When we watched The Watchmen, it was that superhero shit, and there was actually two superheroes fighting in there.
And forever.
Alright, so this next clip is been easy.
I'm interviewing the same people from the mainstream media. They give them 4 seconds of airtime, and I can give them 2 hours a day to release their information. I've been ingrained and granted an extraordinary gift
Kryptonite
to help these people, to help them become the reporters, to replace these frickin' scum who don't know what they're talking about.
Down in one of those catacombs.
To the issues that truly
There's
matter.
other guys that they look like,
What I want to
I
do,
don't know.
ultimately,
This don't make no
start
sense,
a guerrilla
everybody.
media house, where I'll have a house It'll be nice, all right? I'm not going to live in some dingy crap. I think I actually deserve to live somewhere that's actually not that bad. Somewhere that I can be loud if I want to. Somewhere that has a TV studio, a radio studio. Somewhere where we can record music in as well. An entire media setup in a single house where I can live and a spare bedroom as well, so that activists who come in from overseas to speak in New Zealand, like, I don't know, Dr. Paul Connett from the Fluoride Action Network and many others, they've actually got somewhere nice that they can come and stay for free, because activists don't have a budget, all right? And I want to pay for all of this with the donations and subscriptions and things that I have. So in that case, I can take an activist, bring them into my home, and show them all my ways. I'll do a radio show in the day. I'll show them what these programs are, and I'll actually get them to operate them during the broadcast, so they've actually got on-the-job training, so that once they know how to do it, and it's simply a repetition of simple principles, they no longer need me to show them, and they can do it themselves. Then I'd love to be able to buy them a computer and a camera and some lights and a microphone, send them home, and they've automatically got their own media
soaring
studio
through the night
coming
sky,
on.
but this is
Then
only
they don't need
a
me
drill.
at all anymore, and they've got the capacity to produce their own radio show with top quality, their own videos, their own documentaries, everything that they need. Okay? It just needs somebody, because they don't have any money, and they're generally, self-promotion, how a lot of people really don't like to do it. My philosophy is My philosophy is there's nothing shameful about shameless self-promotion, okay?
And shameless, not shameful.
Exactly.
I know a lot of people want to send blankets or water.
Promote these people.
Just send your cash.
Because I'm a shameless self-promoter, but I can shamelessly promote other things as well. Help to get donation drives for these people. Celebrity, and make no bones about it.
I'm just trying to wake you up, everybody. I'm trying to wake you up.
Festival or anything like that, I got people coming up to me left, right, and centre who recognise me and love what it is that I do. I'm virtually now officially a celebrity in certain circles anyway. It allows me a lot of sway. That allows me a lot of power. It also provides certain corruptibility, because if it becomes all about me and my celebrity,
down there in one of those catacombs,
then I will
there's other guys
become
that
the
looks
exact
like, I don't
monster
know.
that I became
This
famous
don't make no sense,
exposing.
everybody.
You see what I'm saying? And then this is why I ask people who are my friends, if I ever turn into some form of douchebag, heaven forbid, expose me. Please, do yourself a favour. Get rid of me. Dethrone me. Stop me from doing the harm to the movement. Don't say, oh, he's all we've got. Get the frack rid of me. Purge me if I become a cancer. That's what you must do to everybody. You must be willing to turn on your heroes at the drop of a dime once you've realised that they've been corrupted to the dark side.
So you either die the hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain?
Exactly, as Two-Face would agree. And this means that you need, in order to prevent that from happening in the first place, two things. Firstly, honest self-analysis. If I wasn't able to accurately question myself and look at my actions and assess them based upon their merits,
I'm just trying to wake you up, everybody. I'm trying to wake you up.
I'd become corrupted. Secondly, is close friends and confidants who stick up for you when you're innocent and somebody else is being a scumbag, but also pull you up on it if you're the one who's in the wrong. All right, people who you trust, people who with whom relationships you respect, so that if they come up to you and say something, you don't instantly dismiss them as if they're somebody who knows nothing about you, as if they're somebody who has never talked to you before in their life. Because you get plenty of people on YouTube who've never ever spoken to me in their entire life, telling me what I should do and shouldn't do, and are really rude and
get that mac and cheese. Everybody deserves their mac and cheese.
I'm able to discern certain nuggets, certain grains of truth amidst a beach full of insult. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. There's those black stones of bullshit, but there's some nice fine grains out there too, and sparkling water, sparkling light, shimmering sun is out there. reflected. Is this too much of a beach metaphor or like reality?
By the way, tell him where to go.
Hit him with that Golden Debate Show.
Yes, I think it is. Now, your main goal is to expose scumbaggery, as you call it. Poured through a lot of interviewed a lot of people. What's your
we call it
relatively short explanation of what's actually going on out there in the world? Like, separated from the bullshit, how is this conspiracy operating right now in reality?
Psychopaths, basically. If you want to boil it down to a nutshell, there's between 1% and 4% of the population.
Now you know your neighbor. Keep an eye on it. A stranger taking a shortcut from the backyard next door might have broken into your neighbor's home. Report it.
A strange car parked illegally might be loaded with stolen goods waiting to make a getaway. Report it.
That loud fight next door might be the start of a violent crime. Report it.
If you see a prowler at night, don't frighten him away by turning on a light. Report him.
Remember, by helping us apprehend the criminal, you make sure that you're not his next victim. I guess you can sum it up in 2 words.
What's
that?
If you don't accept possibilities,
George Clooney
then you've
is a
basically
spy.
turned off your thinking process. No. I'm a Catholic. I've sussed it. No. I'm a builder.
I actually don't even think
that's who you are.
I don't. I actually don't even think.
This morning, Hong Kong reporting its first human case of the H7N9 strain of bird flu. Made the move from birds to humans earlier this year in China and left more than 40 people dead. The Hong Kong patient reportedly visited China last month and had contact with poultry there. She is in hospital in critical condition. Hong Kong has suspended imports of live poultry from 3 Chinese farms.
They will go. Think you pay a lot for your apartment? Meet Raymond Wang.
I live in 150 square feet of space for $700.
Wow. A Harvard study shows 35% of Americans are now renters, the highest in a decade. Jack Gonzalez moved to San Francisco last year and is still suffering rent sticker shock.
But it's San Francisco, and you have to be here.
What's worse, the study shows 31% are paying at least half their income in rent, considered a heavy financial burden.
150,000 children at New York City-run preschools and daycare centers will be required to get a flu shot. Dr. Jay Varma is with New York City's Department of Health.
We expect that this requirement will save tens of thousands of kids, maybe up to as many as 20 to 25,000 kids from getting severely ill.
Young children are among the most likely to be hospitalized or die from flu complications. Last flu season, 169 children died, 4 of them in New York City. Vaccine requirements for measles, mumps, and rubella are common in many cities and states, but only Connecticut, New Jersey, and now New York City require the flu shot. New York City elementary school principal Carol Schaffenberg says some parents have expressed concerns about safety.
Some parents are very scared and think they should have their choice whether they want to vaccinate their child or not.
But the CDC considers the flu vaccine to be very safe, with a small risk of side effects, such as allergic reaction. What would you say to a parent who is concerned about how safe this vaccine is?
The most important thing for parents to understand is that influenza is not the common cold. Influenza kills more children and hospitalizes more children than all other vaccine-preventable diseases in the United States combined. The risk of having a severe complication from the flu vaccine is extremely low. It's less than 1 in a million.
Under the new rule, children...
Down there in one of those catacombs, there's other guys that they look like, I don't know. This don't make no sense to everybody. The science is in.
Two different stories.
The Golden Show. It's golden. The Golden Show. It's golden.
God! God!
The Golden Show. It's golden.
God!
The Golden Show. It's golden.
I'm just trying to wake you up, everybody. I'm just trying to wake you up. Down there in one of those catacombs. There's other guys that they look like, I don't know. This don't make no sense to everybody.